I think Charlie Kirk was ironically right about the MRS degree.
Hi, Charlie. I'm Addie, and I'm 14. I'm a freshman in high school, and I was wondering, as someone who has like a different opinion on college, what would you say the pros and cons are? Because I'm interested in political journalism, and what would your advice be?
Yes, so let me also speak to some of the young ladies here in high school where your top, if you are, who's here where your top priority is get married and have kids? Raise your hand. Okay. Interestingly, I think there is an argument to bring back the MRS degree. And no, seriously. And just be clear, that's why you're going to college, right? Don't lie to yourself, I'm studying sociology. No, you're not. We know why you're here. And that's okay, actually. And that's a really good reason to go to college, actually, especially an SEC school. Like, you will find a husband if you have the intent to find a husband at Ole Miss. Like, it's just going to happen, okay? Or wherever. Yeah, there you go, see? Or at University of Alabama. But there you go. But I always laugh because, and by the way, we should bring back the celebration of the MRS degree, which is, no, serious. I mean, if you think about it, like, I say college is a scam, but if you're going to find your life partner, like, that's actually a really good reason to go to college. You have a bunch of people that are single, they're at the prime of their, let's just say attractiveness. The dating pool is as robust as you'll ever find, and they all live together over a 4-year period. Like, you don't get much better than that, okay? It doesn't get better after college there. And so, yeah, you could go learn some stuff. That's fine, I guess, or whatever. Just don't listen to your professors. But that actually was the reason why a lot of women went to college in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And it worked. Marriage rates have plummeted since that. So,
And also, what I will also say is, graduating from college today is not the same as graduating from college in the 1970s and the 2000s, because people who graduated from the 1970s to like 1980s to 1990s to the 2000s, that degree holds a lot more weight because they graduated in a less technologically advanced era. Ted Bundy went to college. He graduated from the University of Washington in 1972 with a degree in psychology. His degree in psychology in 1972 holds more weight than somebody who graduated with a degree in psychology in 2026. Because Ted Bundy went to college in a less technologically advanced era. And Ted Bundy put his psychology degree to use. He came up with method to abduct his victims. His harm in a slang, can you help me carry my notebook, can you help me carry my notebook, um, can you help me carry my sailboat, and so forth. And it is the same thing with Ted Kaczynski. He graduated with a degree in mathematics. But Ted Kaczynski was a math professor. He was one of the youngest professors to be hired at the University of Berkeley. And he taught mathematics for 3 years. And then before he became the Unabomber. But the degree they obtained in the 1970s, 1980s to 1990s, no, the degree they obtained in the 1970s or 1960s, it carries more weight because they graduated in a less technologically advanced era. It's the same thing with Ben Shapiro, and it is the same thing with Vivek Ramaswamy. Ben Shapiro graduating with a political science degree holds more weight than somebody who graduated with a political science degree in 2026. Because Ben Shapiro graduated in a less technologically advanced era. Now, if you go to college and pursue a degree in law, medicine, criminal justice, construction engineering, arts, degrees that require to use your hand, engage in physical activity, that is impressive. And even graduating from the military academy, you don't necessarily need to graduate in a military academy to serve in the military. You can just go straight to boot camp, where you will be taught hand-to-hand combat, and then you're taught how to use a weapon and set up traps. So, now the media made a spectacle out of this, and then Charlie Kirk even responded to it. So, and here he responded to a viewer question about it.
Your top priority. I said that repeatedly at YWS, and if. So let me repeat it. When I said this at the Young Women's, most important thing for you, would it be career or building a family?
Building a family.
Great. So I got in so much trouble when I said this at the Young Women's Leadership Summit because people didn't listen to what I said. So let me repeat it, which is that finding a husband is your top priority. I said that repeatedly at YWS and no one listened. If it's your top priority, then you should go into college with the intent of the MRS degree. Now, people laugh all the time, which is, of course, finding a husband. And people laugh all the time. I say, that's a great reason to go to college if that is your top priority. There are a lot of godly men. If you go to any SEC school, yeah, a lot of them are degenerates, but there's a lot of godly men, I got to tell you, Grace, that love the Lord, that are in prime mating age. And by the way, I'm trying to understand why the media found what I said so objectionable. Because I said, only if it's your top priority. I didn't say all women should go to get an MRS degree. If you want to go study, engineering or whatever, that's fine. But Blake's sister, for example, is a great example. He says, look, his sister went to engineering school just to get a husband, succeeded, has 3 kids at 26. Praise the Lord. That's amazing. So if that is your top priority, go into college with to say, hey, I'm trying to find a husband here. That's okay. Actually, that's not a scam. If you're going to college for 4 years around a bunch of young men in a prime dating age, and here's the key. If you really want to find a godly man, I'm going to tell you a secret. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go to an engineering school. They're like 70% men. Go to Purdue. They're like it's like 75% male. The male to female ratio, go to a church in West Lafayette, Indiana at Purdue. When I did my Prove Me Wrong at Purdue, we had like 5,000 people. And do you know what? All of the young men at Purdue were good, stable, practical men. They weren't dramatic. They weren't into all like lesbian feminism theory. They're like very serious and they'll earn a lot of money and they want to find a wife. So Grace, if finding a husband is your top priority, I will defend the MRS degree thing. People lose their mind when I say this. I say, no. Go to college with the intent to marry if that's your top priority, and you'll have a much higher likelihood than getting a degree and becoming a CEO of a shoe company and then starting when you're 31. Just a reminder for the students.
Okay. So he claimed, but I think he was ironically correct. And what I will also say is, if you're somebody who go to college right now, and if you're somebody that does public education and you struggle academically, you should be embarrassed. Why do I say that? Because you live in a more technologically advanced era. because AI somewhat ruined the public education system. Okay, so like I was saying, AI somewhat ruined the public educational system. And you should not, now AI can make mistakes, it can get some things wrong, but you should not be mediocre in school or in college. If you should not be mediocre in school and college because you're going to school and college in a more advanced technological era. Like for example, this is a good tool to study that I discovered. I didn't even have that. One of my biggest weakness in high school was I was not a strong exam taker. And then ever since AI came into existence, this is an amazing tool to study for exams. So you should not be trash in college or in high school. Okay, that's pretty much it.